Hello and welcome to Western Motors, Ireland's premium Volkswagen dealer. Today we're going to give you a general guide through the 2026 range. We're going to show you what specs you can order, what way you can configure the car, what those specs entail, and a general overview of the car. For 2026, there's no limit to the way we can configure our ID3. We get 8 different trim options and 3 battery choices. We start with the Pure Plus, then we move on to the Pro Plus, the Pro S Plus, the GTX and the GTX Performance Plus. Inside GTX Performance Plus, we also have some subcategories too. It's a really comprehensive range. ID3 is available with a rear-mounted electric motor only. However, we get 3 different battery choices inside the range. We start with the 52 kilowatt-hour battery. That gives us up to 384 kilometres of WLTP range, and it makes 170 brake horsepower. Then we can bump to the 58 kilowatt-hour battery, where we get up to 434 kilometres of WLTP range, and now we make 205 horsepower. And we also get a 79 kilowatt-hour battery, where we make 205 horsepower and up to 564 kilometres of WLTP range. Range Top and GTX also gets the 79 kilowatt-hour battery. However, this time we can opt for 286 brake horsepower or 326 brake horsepower, and we get a WLTP range of up to 605 kilometres. Charging times too for the ID3 are very good. The 52 kilowatt battery is capable of DC fast charging at 145 kilowatts per hour. The 58 is capable of 165 kilowatts per hour, and the 79 is capable of 185 kilowatts per hour, meaning they'll all go from 0 to about 80% in about 36 to 38 minutes. Entry into the ID3 range starts with the Pure spec, but to call it entry doesn't seem fair. It comes with some pretty incredible features as standard. Some of those include 17-inch alloy wheels, dual zone climate control, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. We get a touchscreen infotainment display, a multi-function steering wheel with lane assist and front assist as standard. Battery choice on the Pure spec is limited to the 52 kilowatt-hour battery. However, that gives us 384 kilometres of WLTP range, and it makes it the perfect car for daily commutes with the ability to go on unexpected longer journeys if you need to. Pure Plus bumps us up again to a 12.9-inch infotainment display. We get rear tinted windows, we get adaptive cruise control and 18-inch diamond cut alloy wheels this time. Move up to the Pro level and things start to get a little bit more sophisticated. We get matrix LED headlamps on the outside, we get 30-way adjustable ambient lighting on the interior, we get ergonomic seats as well, and now we can opt for the 58 kilowatt-hour battery with up to 434 kilometres of WLTP range, and we get a reverse camera too as standard in this spec. Step up to the Pro S spec and things get pretty serious. We get art velour trim on the interior. Those seats are now heated and fully electrically adjustable. We get 20-inch alloy wheels on the outside, and we get the 30-way adjustable ambient lighting on the interior. Pro S also gives us the heated leather steering wheel and heated front seats as standard. Moving up to Range Top and GTX and things start to get pretty serious pretty quickly, excuse the pun. On the outside we get GTX specific 20-inch alloy wheels, we get the sporty exterior on the car too with lots of GTX specific trims added. On the interior we get art velour top sport high back bucket seats, but now we have an option of 2 different performance levels. We can opt for a 286 brake horsepower version of the car with up to 605 kilometres of WLTP range, or we can opt for a blistering 326 brake horsepower with absolutely ferocious performance on tap. Now, the ID3's design more generally is to be very much commended. If you haven't been in one, it's going to be hard to understand, so I suggest you come and see one. The physical space inside the car is gargantuan versus its outside footprint. What you're used to in your standard petrol or diesel car is not going to be what you find in here. This car has full EV architecture from the get-go. This car will never have to accommodate a combustion engine of any sort, and as such they're able to push the bulkheads really far forward and really far back, and it means with a similar footprint to a Volkswagen Golf, you get far more usable interior space on the inside. It's a fantastically huge car. That also lends to a second point where we have cubby holes and storage absolutely everywhere, and some other standard trim across all cars will be like, we've a lovely wireless phone charging pad here, we've USB-C power ports sort of popping up everywhere, the door bins are huge, we've huge storage down here for coffee cups, and then we've just a vast storage bin back here that we can cover up if we've got anything that we don't want people looking in the window and seeing. There's lots of space on the floor. There's stuff down at the bulkhead where we can put maps and that kind of stuff. It's a really, really nicely designed car. They make really good use of the space. And then the actual materials they use and the way the car feels in typical Volkswagen Audi Group product way, it's just phenomenal. Anything you have to touch or come into contact with feels like it's just built of the highest quality stuff, and all of the switchgear feels like it'll exist in 100 years. It's really precise when you push it or action it, even down to the touchscreen, the speed of the touchscreen as you move it across. It's instant almost. But anyway, what we should do from here is get in the back and see if that giant size continues. The simple answer is yes, it absolutely does. This seat is in my driving position, and it's actually a little bit further back than I would normally have it for filming, and I've got about 3 inches of knee room. My feet go under the seat in front of me. There's no hump on the floor to worry about, so you're going to accommodate 3 adults fairly comfortably. Down here we get more USB-C ports. On each side we get ISOFIX points for kids seats, and one of those large bulky child's booster seats is going to fit in the middle of this car fairly easily. In terms of headroom, I've got about 2 inches of headroom above my head, and that's pretty good because some of the battery comes up under the seat. And for scope, I'm 6'1". I could certainly stand to lose a few pounds, so I take up quite a bit of space, but I am perfectly comfortable in the back of this car. Moving around to the back of the ID3, and we only get one body style in ID3. However, on account of that EV architecture, we get 385 litres of usable boot space in here. It's really square with a nice load entry, and all models have folding rear seats, meaning with the seats folded, we get 1,267 litres of usable cargo space in there. So out on the road in the ID3, and there's things the ID3 does absolutely fantastically, from the pure spec right the way up to the GTX specs, and that's the quietness they deliver as you drive down the road. The second thing they all do unbelievably well is their handling. Their handling is fantastic, and that's because with the EV architecture we put all the weight as low down in the chassis as is humanly possible, so we get the perfect balance for performance. The third thing they all do super well is the way they deliver their power. They have a zero peak efficiency in an electric car, so you have access to the amount of power you want at any point, any time, and it allows the car to just push on with this effortless performance. The car we're test driving now is the GTX for the road test, and it's got the blistering performance. It's truly fast. However, what it really lends to is this lovely wafty experience. You don't drive the car around really hard all the time. You use it to just make the experience absolutely effortless. And another thing all ID3s will have are these captain's chairs, and they're just lovely. We get to put the armrest down, and it's just a stop and go thing. It's such an easy car to drive in every scenario. It's a lovely thing. Whether we have it on twisting, undulating B roads like this, the car behaves itself impeccably. We've got all manner of safety equipment keeping us safe, traction control, drive modes. It's a really well balanced car, and again, the handling on these potholed, undulating roads is superb. However, it's also as good on these high speed national speed limit roads or motorways. Switch on our radar cruise control and let the lane guidance take care of the rest. But it also shines here on these tight city streets where the car nips through gaps really well because it's not a very big car on the outside. Its footprint is quite nice, its controls are beautifully light, and the performance is just perfect for zipping through gaps in town. But that's it. I think we've come to the end of our tour through the ID3 product range. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and from here what we'll do is we'll head back to Western Motors and I'll introduce you to one of the brand ambassadors for Volkswagen there. Otherwise, you can hold on and use the information provided on screen to book your test drive today to come down and take a look at one of these cars. With the massive range of both power and spec, there absolutely is an ID3 out there to suit you.
My name is Stuart Hitchcock. I'm Volkswagen car sales executive here at Western Motors. Volkswagens are super cool. There's a wide variety of models for everyone. We also have a fantastic aftercare then as well. Customers choose Western Motors because it's a family-run business with specifically trained staff to understand and listen to the customer. We also have a top quality after-sales care to ensure customer loyalty.